Okay, so I invite you just to find that comfortable position for meditation, sitting with the back erect. And just let your shoulders relax, relax your facial muscles and any other tension that you may be aware of in your body. Just check to see if there's any tension or discomfort. And just breathe into those areas. And then I invite you to put one or both hands on your belly and breathe in deeply so that the belly expands and your hands move forward as you breathe in. And then breathe out fully and completely, letting go as much air as possible. Again, breathe down deep into the belly. Let the belly expand as you breathe in, filling the belly and the chest with air. Again, exhale fully. One more time, breathe in fully and completely. And this time, exhale with a sigh. Ah. And now allow the breath to find a natural rhythm. You may want to hold one wrist with the other hand. And this helps us to center and become calm. Just observe the breath coming in and going out. We give thanks for this animating life energy of the breath. That nurtures our body, our mind, and our soul. Be aware of the weight of your body on the chair. And be aware of your feet on the floor. And just recognize that that infinite life force is active in your feet, that every cell of your body vibrates with divine life, energy, and vitality. Allow yourself to feel that vibration of life energy in your feet. You might feel a tingling or a movement, or just be aware, fully aware of your feet. And then move your attention now to your legs, up to your knees. Feel that same vibration of life energy, that vitality, that chi energy, the prana. And now bring your attention not only to your feet and your lower legs, but also to your knees and your thighs. Feel that life energy. Think about, recognize that life energy vibrating in your legs from all the way from your hips down to your feet. And now include the hips and the lower abdomen. Recognize the chi, the life energy, that vibration of divine life active in every cell of your body and on every level of your being. Be open to feeling the vibration in your feet, your lower legs, your thighs, your knees, your hips, and your lower abdomen. Moving the attention now to the upper part of your torso, into your shoulders. Feel your whole torso vibrating with life energy. And now feel that life energy in your feet, your legs, your torso, your shoulders and your arms, your hands, all the way to your fingertips. Feel that life energy vibrating. Think about it, this gift of life, this activity of life that you are. And now bring your attention to the shoulders, the neck, and the head. Feel that vibration of life energy there. Be aware that this life energy, this divine life essence that is vibrating throughout your body is also radiating, vibrating outside of the physical form, for you are not your body. It is a marvelous vehicle for you to use. Feel your energy expanding past your body. I ask you to silently affirm, I behold the divinity that I am. I am not my body. I am not my thoughts. I am not my emotions. I am not the circumstances of my life. I am the pure expression of divine essence. I am an extension of the one life, the one mind, the one heart. And all of this is summed up in the I am. I am is your affirmation of your divinity. Be aware of the energy field surrounding your body, for that is who you are. Feel the light and love that you are radiating outward. And just for a few moments, repeat silently to yourself, or if you want to out loud because you're muted, I am. And now add to your affirmation, I am the violet fire. I am the purity that God desires. And now say it out loud, I am the violet fire. I am the purity that God desires. And one more time, I am the violet fire. I am the purity that God desires. Feel that sink into your consciousness. Take another deep breath. Again, be aware of the body on the chair, the movement of breathing. And notice too if you are still aware of the vibration of life that you are. For this awareness, we give thanks. And so it is. Bring your attention up to your eyes. And when you're ready, open your eyes and rejoin the group which you never left because we are one. As you open your eyes, look at the others in the group and give them a namaste. Namaste. I didn't get that affirmation right. It's not I am a being of the violet fire, right, Angie? Yeah. Well, sorry about that.
I am a being of violet fire. I am the purity that the gods desires. That is a protection light. That is a protection color. And that's an invocation for God to protect you. When you're feeling out of sorts, or when your environment is not the most friendly, you call forth that. Or when you are in anxiety, you grab your wrist and you breathe in deeply and you relax by holding your wrist, and then you say the purple. It's called the purple flame protection, from Saint Germain. So, did we have a good solstice, everybody? Donna? Charlotte? Penny? Darlene?
Yes.
Good. Martha? Good. Okay, so the question today is, how do you allow yourself to surrender? How do you allow yourself to surrender? What is the steps you take to surrender? When you know that there's nothing else to be done and there's nothing else that you can possibly do to change an outcome, and you really have no other choice, really. It's just your actual surrender. So I want to know what it is that makes it okay for you to actually surrender in the allowance of that moment. So I'm going to start with Virginia today. You're muted.
Are you talking about releasing a situation or thoughts and feelings?
Any of it, because it's the same.
Okay. So first of all, recognize what is.
What do you mean by that?
Notice what I'm feeling, or just acknowledge the situation. You know,
Okay.
like right now, we have a friend who's at the hospital, and so I've affirmed his wholeness and all of the supplying, divine order through the medical people. And then I release it, knowing that I've done what I can do, and continue to see him whole and well. But as far as the surrender goes, if it's my emotions, I notice what I'm feeling, become the observer, and then I don't know how to say it other than accept it. It's like it is what it is. This is what I'm feeling. It's okay. There's nothing wrong with it. And I let it go. It's the intention. My intention, I think, is, the most important thing.
Okay, thank you. Donna?
Close to what she said, I try to put myself in the observer spot. That seems to put me in the present moment. And then when that happens, there is no past, there is no future. So it's only this one moment, and it is what it is.
That's the good thing about the observer, that it takes the attention of the personality and puts it on observing. So once you have accepted what is, what do you do to surrender?
It's already done, meaning that it's gone. It's gone. that is the acceptance for me.
Okay, there is an acceptance and then there's an allowance. Because I can accept, okay, you know, I'm no longer 14 years old, you know, it's gone. There's nothing I can do about it. I want to be 14 or look like a 14-year-old and act like one. Okay, mostly like act like one, you know, that would be me. But but I mean, I'm not 14, right? I can accept the fact that I cannot go back. Um, but how do I let go of the idea that that the surrender happens when I allow myself to feel that experience, when I allow myself to let the feeling pass through my body, face it, embrace it, erase it. Okay, so you face your fears, and every time you're out of sorts, you are in fear. There's only two emotions, love and fear. And when we are in that state, recognizing the fear, embracing it, and you know, I can intellectually accept something, but I need to have my body be at one with me, with my mind. So I don't want any more cellular memories being added to something because I don't want to look at it. I'd rather acknowledge what is, feel it through, and then move from there. So I just wanted to add that at this point because I'm going to continue asking how they deal with that. Thank you, Dana. Do you want to add anything?
Me?
Yeah.
You mentioned, well, this is what happens with me when I become the observer. There is a peace that comes over me. So to me, it's actually almost dealing with it, accepting it, like dealing with, or basically I don't have to deal with it because I'm the observer. I'm stepping away from it and I'm the observer. So there's that peace that comes over me. And I guess what you say is, I know that we've talked about that feeling and accepting that feeling coming through, and which happens over and over again. It's not something that goes away for me.
No, it shouldn't. It is not that you came here to be a human being with the full range of emotions. The thing is not to get caught up on the emotion, but allow the feeling to get through your body.
I see.
Rather than deny it and then become a bundle of nerves because because you didn't allow yourself to express that or to feel that, because the fear stop you from actually processing that through your body. And so your body becomes this memory retention of events that you do not want to be to let it go, because then it becomes traumatic. And it becomes a repetitive thing. Why do I keep on doing the same thing over and over and over? Well, it's the cellular memory playing over and over because it's still there.
It helps to be the observer, though, for me, because I do see the repeated patterns over and over again. So at least I'm getting to recognize.
Okay, do me a favor and tell the class how do you get to the observer?
Okay. I actually just, when it happens, I actually think, Donna, step back from this. You're the observer. I have to talk to myself and tell myself, you're going to be the observer here. This situation, step out of it and just watch what happens. That's how I do it. And when I do that, immediately there is peace. I don't get that anxious knot in my stomach anymore, and I'm calm.
Yes, because your body is acknowledging that you are in control, not the body's in control, but you are. At the moment that you bring the observer, you get out of the body's reaction. So, Virginia? How do you bring the observer in?
Intention, just like she said, it's the main thing is to be aware enough to realize that you're out of balance, and then to remember. And it's, I think the more I practice it, the easier it is to move into that place.
Exactly. The more you practice it, and I mean, at the beginning it's a struggle, but once you start doing it over and over and over, your the observer takes over actually, because you start doing something and it's like the presence comes over and goes like, what? That's not my truth. You know, do you want to really be here? This is not my truth.
Right.
Okay, thank you both. Charlotte.
Yes.
Yes. How do you
Angie, I just wanted to know.
we cannot hear you, hon. We cannot hear you. Is there a way that you can type your question on the
Chat.
on the chat? Type your question on the chat so we can see it. Because you're breaking up and right now you're frozen.
Angie, I wanted to know if I could share because I'm going to have to be driving really soon. And you can't hear me?
Yes, now I can. Now I can't. No.
I was just, okay, I was just asking if I could, can't. Okay, there's something I can do.
We cannot, you're frozen again. I don't know where to tell you to go to move to see if you can find a better reception area. But unfortunately, you're frozen right now.
Okay. Can you hear me now? I just went to it.
Yeah, I can hear you. I mean, I can't, you're still frozen the picture, but I think I can hear you. Go ahead and talk.
I called, I dialed it in, but my image can't disappear.
That's
I just
okay.
wanted to share if it's okay because I'm in the middle of that. And I'm also going to get in the car pretty soon and I'm having like a sliver of privacy, not completely, but I am in the middle of that process. I just had something that really needed taken away. And I am trying to, I got caught up a little bit in trying to hang on and ask for what I need and be firm, but it's not working, and so I'm starting to be in the process of letting go. But I am also like really busy, and I'm feeling some emotion, and that's probably why my face looks so like sad on the screen. But I'm just like literally in the middle of that process of surrender, I guess, and letting go. And I did have an experience like this like 3 weeks ago, where I guess what I wanted to say is that having the space to go through the experience and taking the space of going through the experience is really important, because that's what I did on that day. I just, for 3 days, I cried, and it felt really good. And when I was done with that, I was done. And I did do the observer thing as well. I do that as well. I just step out of it and I look and I kind of analyze, kind of like, but not analyze, but it's like this, like right now, what I'm thinking is this is, even though I needed this, even though I tried to arrange for this and it's not happening, it's not really what's supposed to happen for me right now. There's something else. There's something else that's happening, and it's gonna be okay. And I just go like that. And but with that one experience, it was really interesting because it was cathartic. It was healing. It's kind of like I let it all go. I felt it fully, and then I was renewed. I was like enlightened. I was just in another place when I was done, and I did do that part of being,
Okay,
out of my.
how are you feeling right now?
Oh, well, right now that I'm talking about it, I'm feeling a little bit better. Like while I was connecting with you guys, I was starting to process this, even though I'm not being able to be totally focused on just feeling, and feeling everything. I'm like, my daughter's handing me little things that I have to like do, and I'm talking with you, I'm listening and being with you guys and trying to be present here, and also have to get in the car in a minute. So I have a bunch of things going on, but I'm trying to I'm trying to accept, I'm feeling a little pain in my heart. This is not about like heartbreak or anything like that. It's more about a need for a break, a need for a like a some time for myself, and I thought I was gonna get that, and I'm not, and it just feels a little bit. That's what's going
Okay,
on.
so what I'm hearing is that you are really exhausted, that you are really overworked and under a lot of stress. Um, and when I say feel what your body's going through, I want you to feel the body, not your emotions, just what the body is going through. Does it feel like, are you feeling constricted? Or even when you're crying, observe your crying.
Yeah,
We're not asking for you to not feel the emotion, only to look at it from the observer's point of view.
Yeah,
Because when that happens completely, you will not still be carrying it. So I think that the point here that I'm trying to make is that you were still emotional about it. And like I said, there's nothing wrong with your emotions. Feel them and let them through. Not concentrate on the emotion, because each emotion has an additive, a chemical reaction in your body, and it becomes an addiction. So we have another person in the class that loves to cry, but it is actually an addiction to that chemical.
Wow.
And just pay attention when you're crying. Because the moment that you said, okay, and I cried and I cried and I cried and I felt better. Yes, you got a fix. That's what it's called. What we're trying to do in this class is to get you to go through the process, and you might have to go through the process several times and not carry it with you. Release the cellular memory. But if the cellular memory is getting high every time that you said, okay, I released everything, what happens is your body head is fixed. It's a fix. And what I would like you to do is, whenever you feel these sensations, because we're looking at the senses from the body, what you're trying to feel is your senses, the constriction in your body, how you're breathing, how your blood is pumping through your heart. Is your pressure going up or down? Are you agitated? Are you getting flushed and flustered? And how do you feel? How does the body feel? Because the body is trying to tell you something. It's trying to enlighten you. But we jump right into the emotion. And when we move into the emotion, we deny the body's message. And the body has a lot to teach you. But we tend to deny it. I do believe that you are clearing a lot of stuff. That's not to deny your progress, okay? I don't want you to think that I'm saying that you didn't have any progress. All I'm saying is, okay, let's go a little bit further. Now that you got here, let's go a little bit further and go from there, and now try to see and listen to your body. But at the same time, be compassionate. You have to be compassionate with yourself.
Yeah, yeah. My body right now feels tight. My chest, my heart, my chest feels tight.
Okay, okay,
I'm
okay. Stop for a
I'm
minute. I'm going
yeah.
to ask the whole group to help here. Please, everyone, put your hands on your heart. Everyone, put your hands and please feel the energy in your hands. And feel the unconditionality of your energy flowing freely through your body without any blocks, without anything. And allowing the space for us to breathe in a relaxed manner. But before we can go there, I'm going to now ask you, as you have your hands on your heart, to grab your wrist with one and put the other one in your heart. And now I want you to take a deep breath and hold it. Release very slowly. And I'm asking you to allow the peace that already exists within you. Allowing that to come forth through your hands. It is called the peace that passes understanding. And it passes understanding because it bypasses the mind. So as we are sending now this energy from our hands to our heart, Martha, keep on doing that. And I'm asking the rest of the group to put your hands up and send energy to Martha into her heart. And Virginia, help me and send energy to her head. Everybody else concentrate on her heart. Know that you are safe. Know that you can handle anything. Know that when you need to relax, you need to breathe. You need to breathe to get out of that anxiety and that heart pressure and that heart pain. Know that your release is already there, that you are safe, that the Spirit of God is guiding you moment by moment, allowing peace and allowing understanding. Know that you are not alone, regardless of what the appearances may be, and you are in a perfect space, and there's enough help, there's enough guides, there's enough angels and archangels and ascended masters and your own particular guides, and you have a lot of gifts. Aside from your psychicness, that you are a very strong person psychically. Allow that to bring in healing energy from the cosmos. That psychic energy that you get to understand you, that gives you that knowledge, bring that energy into your throat, which is your communications, and allow that to be portal for you to receive not only guidance but strength, and allowing you to connect easier to your observer and your higher source, and whatever is not needed, give it to the robot. The moment that you start releasing things to the robot, the easier it is for you to let it go. But remember to always engage the observer. And every time you do it, and anyone in the group can tell you, the more you do it, the easier it gets, and then it just is automatic. It becomes like a second nature. And now we're going to bring ourselves back into our hearts, into our own individual hearts, and sending the intention of absolute strength and wholeness to our friend here, allowing her to recognize her own strength, that she's strong and that there's nothing to fear, because you are love, you have the spirit of love, and there's nothing stronger than that. There is no reason to fear. So everybody, feel your chair and feel your body, and let's come back into the room. The same with you, Martha.
I don't know why I can't see you all. Thank you, Angie. I have a question. Thank you so much. Because of what I understood is to become aware of what I feel and observe it and then heal it, but not necessarily cry, right?
Because what you're doing, the problem with crying is has such a strong, potent chemical that
I know
becomes an addictive thing, and I think you can recognize that.
Well, last time when I did this and I cried, I was I went into a depression for the weekend, and I felt like there was a chemistry that was changed within me, and it came from the crying. But eventually, it was like I released it. It was, but I was very aware of the chemical reaction. In fact, I even thought it was something like it just seemed very chemical, you know. But by the end of the weekend, it's just kind of like I had processed it. I was okay. I was happy again. You know, Monday came around.
Right.
But I did notice that the crying, it didn't, it took me deeper into feeling the sadness and, but,
it's a trap. It's an addiction. I'm not asking you not to feel it. If that's what you're feeling, if you're feeling sadness or this or that, but allow it to get through, and don't get caught up on the emotion. Allow your body to feel it. Whether it's a constriction, an expansion, you know, a flare up, you know, very fast breathing or hardly breathing. You know, note whatever it is that you're sensing. We're talking about the senses, you know.
Yeah, and that's when during that period of the sadness and depression is when I think that's when I became the observer. I was like,
okay,
it's a chemical reaction. I'm not gonna stay here. This is a moment. This is what I'm feeling. And I think that's why by the time Monday came around, I was able to come out of it, like, and be like, okay, all right, I did that. I did it. I felt it. But it's true that it does feel good, and I could see how it could become addictive. It's
right.
And my therapist, I was like, what chemicals did I release? Because, and she says, it's the same chemicals that you release when you're, you know, making love, and when you're, I don't know what else, but you know, it's the same.
It's a feel-good thing. Okay, I cried and I had a very good cry and I released and I now feel, and you know, it's what are you reacting to? You're reacting to the chemicals in your body that make you feel good. Nothing wrong with that except that you can call those on demand. But that's another class, you know. Right now we're talking about So okay, I'm gonna go ahead and move on now.
Thank you.
Okay. I forgot the question, but we're going to go past the questions now, past the original question about the allowing the surrender and how you do that. So I would like to start with the questions. We still have 2 more questions. We're going to address one today. So Charlotte.
Yes.
What is your question?
My question was, when you are in the 5th dimension, okay, how does that work with people that are still in the 3rd? I'm wondering about the interaction, if there is any. I mean, there has to be, doesn't there?
There is. And the focus is not on the other people. The focus is on you.
Okay.
Because you are seeing them as, I had a friend here last night and it was such a lovely experience. I mean, euphoric. And she shared something with us that she was talking about when you see, it says she wants to see people as God, as seeing, seeing yourself in them, regardless of what she's seeing, to take that, and utilize that as a way of being. So when you're looking at somebody and you're not judging them, you do not have a conflict with anyone. So it is our judgment that puts the barriers to the presence of love. It's not them, it's us.
Okay.
It's our judgment.
Yes.
And that would be my answer to you.
Okay. I get that. That makes sense. Thank you.
Okay. Penny?
Okay. My question?
Yes.
Okay. I tried to formulate this in a kind of a non-controversial way. Right now, in our country, we have people on 2 sides.
True.
Could we be living in 2 different quantum fields? Because I feel like both sides feel they are so right and that they have the truth. I feel there's this quantum field, like we saw that movie a couple years ago that you brought to class. There's this quantum field and then this quantum field, and the quantum fields are just not coming together. And I just feel like it's so eerie, it's so strange, because people on both sides have their truth, and it is their truth. It's not bogus, it's their truth. So am I crazy, or does this kind of make sense? We might be in 2 quantum fields right now, because it feels that way to me.
Okay, it might feel that way to you, but it's not. Only that you can't understand why there can be 2 different points of view, or 3 or 4 or 5. It is a willingness to see and accept whoever they are on the other side of the whichever side you're looking at. It's our ability to not see the circumstance but the person. We forget, we're looking at events and things, and things that we hear on the media and things that we don't hear on the media, and a lot of gossip and a lot of misinformation on both sides. And all this with the purpose of getting you to vote one way or the other. And not one side is better than the other, unfortunately. But our ability to see past the circumstances and see the people, not the circumstance. Okay, I have a lot of my friends on what I will call the other side of the field, but it doesn't affect me, because it is their choice. if I have to respect how I choose my choices, and I expect you to respect my choices, you know, that's what I want for me. Of course, that's what I'm gonna want for you. If I'm in a space of allowing, if I'm in a space of you know, if you do not want this reality, then you're gonna have to use the quantum field to jump timelines. And then you might have, okay, this is the side I want to express, and this is the only side I want to see. And then you have your wishes, you know, and you will only see that. Okay. The Course in Miracles says, you know, I may get what I want, but nothing changed out here. It changed in here between my two ears. Okay, so it's not them, and it's not the other side. It is our side. They are one with us. And if I have rights, and if I am right, so are them. So are they. And this is a time when I would say the majority rules in whichever way you want to. And I'm not talking about people, okay? I'm talking about pendulums, okay? Whichever pendulum is the biggest is the one that is going to supersede anybody. And it's not because one is better than the other. Trust me when I tell you that not one side is in the right. Regardless of what they're putting out there, regardless of what is being said, and regardless of what I see and judge. Okay? There's a lot of judgment that has been going on. And, but I mean, when there's that much judgment, we always tend to look out, because at that point, if things don't come according to what we wanted them to come, then we're victims. And I don't know if I can deal with this, and I don't know what I can do with that. And so think about what your expectations are. They are there for a reason. They are there to show you who you are. Who you are, not in behavior, but how you would judge somebody else for having differences of ideas or behaviors or whatever the thing is. Because honestly, when things are passed out from the media, you don't know whether it was true or not. Because I can tell you that I have seen stories on both sides, the same story on both sides, and they look so convincing that it must be true. And I can show you proof. Well, if you're looking for anything that may turn to a specific side, you're going to see it. And that's how come we are so divided, because our point of view is the correct one. It's the right one. It is the, you know, the one and only. It's like having the only one religion. Not true. All paths are allowed. You have to be inclusive, not exclusive. So I went past your question because it wasn't really about changing into a quantum field unless you really are that disturbed. But in order for you to do that, you're going to have to change also timelines. And, you know, not only move from one timeline to another and come back, but actually move into that timeline. And it does happen. Okay, I don't know if anybody in this class has heard of what's the word for that? The people that come over and take over your body. You know, somebody maybe, okay, I'm fed up with this life. I'm leaving, and so, you know, another part of you from another timeline might said, okay, I'll take over for you because I like what I see in your life better than mine. And so when that happens, you know, just know what it is you're asking, and what it is, the difference of timelines and how they are affecting you. It's not only, so we usually go from timeline and come back and forth. But I mean, sometimes when we really want to leave this place, you know, your body may remain here and be occupied by some other form of you. And you might actually go somewhere else and takes over somebody else's life. But that is not done very frequently. That's not something that happens all the time. Actually, that's very infrequent, but it is possible. Thank you, Penny. Virginia?
I just put this in chat. It's called
You broke up. I don't know what you said.
that spirit coming in to take over somebody else's life is called a walk-in.
Yeah, I couldn't think of the name. Thank you. Okay. Okay, Adana.
Hi. I have a question about pain.
Pain?
Pain. Physical
Okay.
body
Okay.
pain. Does it override our high vibration, or is it part of our ego?
Pain is part of your cellular memory.
Okay.
It's not part of the ego. It's part of a programming.
Okay.
Okay, this has nothing to do with ego. Well, it is in the sense that it's a program running you, not you running the programs. I mean, you don't need programs, period. You know, but it's a cellular memory running your body. Any sickness of any kind, that's all it is. Okay, thank you, Donna. Sherry. Wait, Jenny?
I have a question. Well, I don't exactly understand that response. I mean, I understand, I can see cellular memory. If you had pain when you were a child, or if you had pain when you were younger.
No, pain in a body is a constriction. It is a blockage of energy movement.
Okay.
Okay. It's not the memory. It's the memory that triggers the blockage, and the blockage has the produces the memory, the energy block.
Okay. That helps, because I was saying, well, you have pain, like in my hand.
No, and I'm not
It's
talking about that.
Where is this coming from? Well, I didn't have this pain before, and so but I see. So something I'm blocking that's causing my hand to. I'm blocking the energy.
You're not consciously blocking it. It's a cellular memory of things that were not expressed. And it's not a one thing, it's a combination of many things. So for when you're in pain, ask yourself, whatever the cellular memory that is helping this pain to remain, I need to know what it is. Well, I don't need to know what it is. I need to just release that.
Okay.
And ask your higher self to help you release it and give it to the robot.
Do you, would you, probably, like Louise Hay has all of her different reasons that we have pain and disability, or
right. Okay. I want to remind you that third dimensional tools do not work on the fifth dimension.
Okay.
On the fifth dimension, you do not have culprits. You do not play the victim and blame something. It is because this or that or the other. No. On the fifth level, you're fully responsible. You drop the excuses. So that's what happens then. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Darlene?
So does that mean we're not in the fifth dimension if we have pain?
We come in and out of the, no, that doesn't mean that.
Okay.
The prerequisite for being in the fifth dimension is being, for you to remain there, is to be loving. Okay?
Yes.
That's the, you know, it demands that, it demands love. You cannot be on the fifth dimension if you do not feel that. If you are not that. If
and
you
that-
are not that, not feel so much as. And part of being loving is not only acceptance, but allowing of other people. For example, we were just talking about a divide in people. You know, two divisions, one way and the other one is the allowing of the people. Okay, that makes it that I'm sorry, I'm getting distracted.
Gee, can you guys still hear me? Is there any way
Yes.
you can put pause? Because I can't do pause.
No,
I
that's
don't have
fine.
I don't have any access to pausing from my end because I'm connected through a phone, not through Wi-Fi.
Okay, I don't need you to be on pause, but I would like you to be on mute because I'm
Yeah.
responding to other people.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Can you guys mute me? Because
Yes.
I can't
Yes.
mute myself.
Yes,
Yeah.
we can.
Sorry.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
No problem.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
Angie, that's allowing people to be whatever they are?
Yes. And that's a very,
Or
on third dimension, that is a very hard pill to swallow because the ego is so ingrained on wanting to blame. And it's a blame game and it is a guilt game. And when we have that, we, the third dimension runs on guilt.
So when you're in the fifth dimension, Angie, then you don't care what people are, you just accept them.
No, you don't. I mean, it's not your place. It's their life.
Because I must be slowly going that way.
It's okay.
That's what I'm feeling that, yes.
Okay.
Now I hear it. Thank you. Okay.
Okay. Donna, did I ask you? No, I haven't asked you what you, did I?
Yeah, I was the one that asked about the pain.
Oh, yes,
physical
Virginia. Okay.
You're asking me for a question?
Yep.
Well, I had this thing because I'm still not clear exactly about how to deal with what comes up, because if let me see where my question is, because I was reviewing what we do with upsets and
what we do with what?
You know, with upsets, when we're upset,
oh, yeah.
we're scared or angry or bitter or whatever it is, that it's coming from our programming. And then to be the observer, I don't even know if I can frame this question. And you, and it seems to me that when we remember to be the observer, we get out of the emotional field. So like I had a burst of crying, and I was in a public place. And I did notice what I was doing. I knew why I was doing it. I knew why I was having that reaction.
Okay.
But by observing it, I was able to let it go. So it's, you know, it seems to me there's this delicate balance between you let it flow through doesn't mean you cry for 3 days or that you.
No.
It means, okay, I know.
You got a 10-minute thing for any of the emotions.
Well, this one was about 15 or 20 seconds, probably because I was in a public place. And, but I said, okay, I'm crying. Why am I crying? And then.
That's the observer. You're calling in the observer.
Right. Why am I crying? What's causing this reaction? Well, the thing was, I didn't really get the answer again, probably because I was in a public place. At that point, I noticed it. I said, I don't know why this is happening. And then I kind of shut down so I could keep it together because I was in a public place. So later, actually a day or two later, this got triggered again, and I let myself cry for a couple of minutes. And then I got in touch with a deep fear that I did not know was in me.
Mm-hmm.
And so the fear was that everything material could be taken away from me in a second because I had some things at risk. And I didn't realize how terrified I was of that thought. And then it was like, okay, this is not my truth. Give it to the robot. And the replacement was, because God is my source, everything could be taken away from me, but I can recreate everything. And that brought me to a place of peace. So,
okay.
Because, before we've talked about don't analyze it. But I also hear what you're saying, because we can get caught up in the analysis. Well, was this when my mother did this or my father did this, or was it when this happened or that happened or whatever? And then you get caught up in analysis paralysis, which we don't want to go there, but you do want to listen to the body and see what the body's trying to tell you. And so I think that's what happened to me in private, when I allowed the crying to come up again. And as the observer, noticed that this is the message I'm getting from my body.
Right.
And then release it and replace it with my truth. Was that the right? I mean, I did come to peace about it.
I'm not understanding the question. What is the question? Is
that the way to handle it? Because what I'm looking at my notes, and I'm trying to understand.
Remember this. Face it. Embrace it. Erase it.
That doesn't do it for me. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, it has to, because it is a fear. Whatever the emotion that is not love is fear. So I'm asking you to face the fear. You had a fear of losing everything, so it is a fear. Don't tell me it isn't. You mentioned it yourself. It is a fear. You were afraid to lose everything.
I acknowledged it.
And that's what I'm saying. But the bottom line that I'm trying to say here, it was a fear. That's how come I said, face your fear.
Okay, my question is, am I understanding the difference between analyzing it and listening to the message from the body?
Exactly.
Okay, that's all I need to know. Because if I don't understand what face it, embrace it, and release it means, the steps involved, the attitude.
Would you like me to explain it to you?
No, I think I understand it now.
Okay, because that's exactly what you did. That was the process you did to get to where you're at. You just don't understand it as that, which is okay. However you understand it and it works for you, I'm okay with it.
Okay.
All right. Sherry.
Hey, y'all. This is right up my alley. Donna asked the perfect question. And I too have been reading some Louise Hay and third dimensional stuff, because I can't figure out why my body hurts. I wrote some things down last night, and it's just the torn retina in my eye, the broken toe. It's just like, and now my lower back. What am I doing wrong?
What makes you think that you're doing something wrong?
Because it's not working.
What's not working?
being in pain, being in physical limitation.
Okay.
And I observe it, but yet I get upset with it.
Okay, are you trying not to see something? Are you trying to stop yourself from not? I mean, I'm talking about the eye. What are you not trying to see? I'm talking about your foot. What are you stopping yourself from doing? I'm talking about the obvious, you know.
Well,
And the lower back means the supporting whoever you were with when this happened, or whatever. That is a big weight on you. It weighs heavily on you. Not only is your body trying to say, this is too much for me. Are you listening? How much do I have to do for you to acknowledge that I am trying to speak to you, that I am showing you that this is not for me, that I cannot handle this?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the body talking to you. The body will communicate with you.
I think that as much as I don't want to hear this message, the message is I shouldn't overdo my body to expect it to do things that it could do 20 years ago.
Well, not necessarily, because that is a belief system, but that's another class.
Okay.
Okay, that's a totally different class. I mean, that's a whole subject. The belief in aging, the belief in I cannot do this because I'm now X amount of years, or when I was 7, I cannot do, you know. I was mentioning when I was 14 and I was talking about behavior. Hell, I can behave like a 14-year-old at any time I want. Okay, I don't need to have to be the 14-year-old to not act like one. My mind thinks, okay, so my body deteriorated. Again, you're putting excuses in front of you. I am old, things is deteriorated, this happened to me, you don't understand. I have been sick, I acquired this arthritis or this whatever, blank on the slate there. And you're going, okay, so how do I, all these are excuses. I am talking to myself as much as you, because you know my situation, Sherry. You know where I'm at, and you know I'm listening to this as well. So it's not an easy pill to swallow. Nevertheless, it's the truth.
Okay, so I moved a heavy piece of furniture on my own because I felt like I have to do this. I don't need help. I can do this. But hurt myself in doing it.
Because you already are programmed to believe that as you age, there's certain things you cannot do. And as you age more and more, you start thinking, well, I'm 50, I'm 60, I'm 70, I'm 80. I cannot do that. And then you see people that are 99 and they're dancing away and they're bending and doing all kinds of things. And you're going, okay, how come they must have a good constitution. They must have good genes. They must have, those are the excuses.
But no. What I'm saying is that it surprised me how much it hurt my lower back to push this heavy trunk with my feet. And
right.
That's started. Like in the past, I could do that. So why?
I just told you the programming in your head that tells you you're a certain amount of years, and this means that you cannot do X, Y, Z. Okay. And because you believe that, because that's your belief system, or you will be able to do it. And a belief system is only a repeated thought.
Okay, I don't understand, but I'll work on it.
Well, ask the question and I'll answer it.
I didn't have that thought in my head. It wasn't a conscious thought. I was like, yeah, I can do this.
It's not a conscious thought. It's a memory thought. It's a cellular memory. This is what you hear from society. This is what society teaches you. This is a running thought that is in the back of everybody's head. Oh, as you grow older, you start to slow down. You cannot do things as well as, your mind starts to go, your this starts doing that. You use the words in your moments. Okay, what are you telling yourself? How old you are, where you're going? Be careful with that. Yes, Penny.
I kind of did the same thing that Sherry did. I said to myself, even though my hand hurts, I'm going to change the hinges on my vanity in the bathroom. I'm going to do this because I'm not that old. I can DIY, just like I want DIY or whatever, DIY like everybody else. So I did. I changed the hinges on the bathroom vanity, but now my hand hurts like heck. And I was trying to
you had already gone there with that thought.
I was trying to say, I am not going to let this stop me. I am young. I am able to do this. And I did it. And now I kind of wish I didn't, because
that's your mental mind. That's your mind. That's not your body talking. Do you ask your body how you feel about it? And if you had asked and then you had said, because I'm old, it says, well, how do I override that thought or that belief? And then you start talking to your body talks to you. Or you can talk to your body and say, how can I help you? You can ask your hand, how can I help you feel better? What can I do for you? What can I do for, what is it that you need me to do to make you feel better? Okay, but when you start doing something and you already have a condition, let's say that something happened in the past, you did something and it hurt you and a lot of times you got hurt when you were younger or whatever because you lifted something in the wrong way or because you did something in a manner that wasn't proper and you got hurt. So a lot of times we are carrying these memories, but we are not paying attention. The more we resist, what you resist persists. If I don't want to look at something, I said, okay, no, but I wasn't trying to do that. No, but that's not where I was at. Why are you defending something that needs no defending, no excuses? There's no need for that. Your hand is an instrument of God. This is your body. This is a mobile unit. It's like a car, and then sometimes the car needs to be having an adjustment or an oil change or whatever. What you need, your body will tell you. I need sleep. I need water. I need you to relax. Too tense. I am, or your body will automatically start reminding you of memories. Your thoughts that you have in your mind is your body talking to you all the time. But when the body's talking to you, we don't listen. And sometimes you have a loop going on. There's a difference when your body talks than when you're running the 3-minute tape. The 3-minute tape is something you're worried about and something you're obsessing about. And we call that worry. But your hand, ask your hand, how can you be helped? Not, I'm gonna do this, but your mind, your body, and your spirit are not connected. That's when you miscreate. Okay, I can do this. Or another part, I wasn't thinking about that or anything. Okay, why weren't you? It's your body. You're gonna be using your body to do something that you know is gonna hurt your hand. A part of you knew, and you said, because you were already trying to counteract that by saying, this may hurt my hand, but I choose for it not to. You were already warning yourself that this could hurt your hand. But instead of going with what your body was telling you, you said, but I'm going to do it anyway.
But sometimes you have to do things if you want something to get done.
I understand that. I'm not denying the fact that you have to do things. The thing is, you can ask for help sometimes. You have someone who lives with you. You have a neighbor. You have, or at least ask the cat to get out of the way. Oh. No, I mean there are. Hold on, darling. So it's a matter of how we word things and how we are wanting to excuse our behavior or what happened to us because we don't want to take the responsibility. But the because you're asking the questions, it means that you are really looking at it and trying to solve it, trying to if you did affirmations that gave you the truth of who you are on a daily basis, I am the wholeness of God. I am the wholeness. I am wholeness, and I express through this body, and I choose for that wholeness to be expressed through this vehicle. Not I am this vehicle and I am hurting. I am not this vehicle. Okay, the vehicle is hurting, but I am the wholeness. I am source, and I choose. I choose. I choose. I choose health. I choose to be healthy. I choose to be in a state that will allow me to heal. You got that?
Yes.
Okay, Darlene?
So, Angie, but if you go to the doctor, they're going to diagnose you. They told me I have diabetes. That's why I have neuropathy in my feet. Do I just keep on believing my affirmations and believing that I'm wholeness?
Yes, because you're not your body. Make
Okay.
sense? You
Yes.
cannot have any power until you recognize that you're not your body.
And I'm in charge of healing my own body.
Right, but I mean, you first have to recognize that it's not you who's hurting, it's not you who has diabetes, it's not you who is suffering, any kind of suffering. It is your vehicle. That doesn't deny that you don't feel pain, that you don't have to go through all these things. I mean, we're in the human form, but what it's asking you to do is to become responsible and not blame the sugar, the eating, the carbs, the more that you do that, the more that you become worse and worse and worse. Because that's your concentration is on the wrong thing, rather than saying, oh my God, this has so many carbs, or this is this way. And the more that you do that as a person, and I don't care whether you're diabetic or not, I have friends that do that, the more that it will affect you.
Yes.
Okay, because the concentration, the focus is on, oh my God, how many sugars, how many carbs, how many calories, how many, does it have milk? Does it have soy? Does it have, a lot of people are allergic to soy. Does it, soy is good for you. Soy is bad for you. Almond milk, soy milk, almond milk, whatever, nut milk. And so you go, okay, so what do you do? How many things are you going to blame instead of taking responsibility that there is not those things? They never were, so they will, because you believe what you're saying. And the more you act on those beliefs, the more it becomes ingrained. That's how people with sinuses, that's how come people with sinuses and different maladies, I don't call those diseases, but I call them maladies, something that there always have to be, it runs in the family. It must be a thing with the family, or it runs in, or maybe it's because I'm in this place that has so much pollen, or maybe, you're going to give the excuse to whatever it is you have.
So what we need to do is focus on the wholeness and that
on who you are, which is wholeness.
Right.
And then from there into the acknowledgement of, okay, do I have this? No, you do not have that. Do you have the power to solve it? Yes, you do.
Okay.
Okay. And don't expect an overnight change because it's ingrained. You're going to have to learn to start separating who you are with what you express. It's like saying, okay, that's my car. The car is running weird, but the car has to fix itself. The car doesn't fix itself because it belongs to you. You're responsible for that. That's what you're using. So, got it?
I understand. Thank you.
Uh-huh. Okay. I'm opening the floor for a different question than what you just asked. Yes, Penny?
You're opening the floor for anybody to ask a question, right?
Yes.
Okay. Can I go on to one of my other questions that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. And maybe we already talked about this with the observer, but here's the thing. I'm kind of, and I get an F in getting to the observer quickly because oh my goodness. How do you stop ego in its tracks? That's, I guess, was how I had the question. And because what happens is it's like I jump and then I go, oh gosh, I just said something. Now I got to go back to the observer. I have a terrible time getting to the observer before I get to the ego. And then I did that today. I was so thinking I was going to have a good conversation with my friend, and I let the ego jump in before I got to the observer, and it went okay, but my ego was just in play too much. I think it would have gone much better if I just would have said, ego, shut up, just listen to what she's saying. She hurts your feelings really badly. Yes, I know, but just shut up and listen. And I just got my feelings hurt too, so I had trouble being the observer then. So how do you stop ego in its tracks?
Well, first of all, she cannot hurt you.
Yeah. Well, that's true. I got my okay.
I mean, the first thing I want to say is she cannot hurt you.
Yeah.
That's you're allowing your ego to tell you that some behaviors hurt you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, which is not true. Once again, you're not the body. So how can you get hurt? You're not that. You're wholeness. Some people say, well, are you going to apologize? And I'm going for what?
Well, that's what she wanted.
I mean, those
she
are
wanted a big fat apology from me, and I gave it to her.
Okay. I mean, you can apologize all you want to, but I mean, if you don't mean it, why would you apologize?
Well, I did mean it. I mean, I did sincerely mean it.
I mean, sometimes I apologize to keep the peace, but not because I really believe.
Yeah.
And I don't believe that because I disassociate myself from my doings, from who I am. I am not my doings. I'm not the body, and I'm not the play that is happening here. Okay, and the play itself is interesting because it makes you react in ways that you're not even aware that you're going to react that way.
Mm-hmm.
And it kind of like sets you up for whatever it is that needs to be looked at. So instead of looking at, and this happened and that happens, it's at that point you stop and say, why am I upset? How is this upsetting me? And you realize then it's the ego, but it is because it's the personality of the body. Because you really cannot get hurt. She really cannot get hurt. So if you can understand those two things and put them at work, neither one of you would be upset with each other. You both love each other. That's the truth. Mm-hmm. You both are in wholeness. Yes, that's the truth. Thing is that you want to hang out together. That's true. Well, you want to talk to each other. That's the truth. And that's the truth. Everything else that gives either one of you pain or, you know, some perceived disadvantage or some perceived injury, that's your ego. Every time that you want,
I know that. I
every
know
time
that. That's
you
what
want
I
an
said. How do you
apology,
stop?
if
How do you
your
stop
ego
it
is
in its
saying you
tracks?
hurt me, like you had the power to hurt them, you really don't.
But what? How do you stop your ego from? I mean, like I said, I just am so. No, I know what you're telling me. It's such a good. It's such good advice. But how do I stop my ego? I feel like I have to slap myself or something.
No, you don't have to. You have to. The only way that you're gonna do that is by asking the question. Not about her, about you. Instead of reacting to her, react to you. Back to you. Why am I upset? What in me is supposed to be injured or whatever, and then you realize that it's not you, and then the observer comes out. The moment you start asking questions, the observer is gonna come out. Like, what? You call me? Do you understand?
Oh yeah, okay. Observer comes out with questions. Okay, so I need to start with when I start feeling the body. Okay, so here's this.
Yeah.
Now
Yeah,
here's a
but
situation
the
where
body will tell you. No, wait a minute. The body will tell you only things that concern you.
okay.
You're reacting not to her. You're reacting to you.
I was reacting to the emotion and not to the body. So I should have start feeling. What was my body feeling? I was getting tense. I was getting.
Right.
I could tell my jaw was going like this, you know, and so. But I left the emotion. I left the
You went
emotion.
into the emotion and you went into the ego.
Yeah. Okay. I didn't let the body talk to me. I see that. So if I, for me, then it would be before I get to the observer, I have to get the body sensation. I have to feel the body sensation. Thank you, Angie, because I think that's maybe answer to my question. For me, to stop ego in its tracks, I have to get to the body because I'm a very sensuous person, with the word sensuous being, you know, very general. I'm a very feeling kind of person. So if I can get to the body first before it gets to the emotion, then maybe I can grab onto
what is your body telling you? Basically,
right.
You are reacting. You're not acting onto what the conversation is doing. You're not even in the conversation. Your body is having its own conversation with you, reacting to her and using her as what do you call those boards? Bouncing board or bouncing something off of somebody, but it has nothing really to do with her. It's your story with you.
Okay.
You're reacting to you.
So
when somebody comes and tells you, okay, this is my political view, and you go, okay, and I start going like, okay, no, I don't agree with you. I do not, I feel that you're wrong. I feel that the whole thing is a mess. I feel that this has nothing to do with the other person. It's all you.
Yeah.
Okay. And I know, again, the responsibility falls on you. Remember fifth dimensional tools. But at the same time that you are acknowledging your responsibility, I want you to remember that it frees you. It frees your spirit every time that you acknowledge it, the more powerful you become. Does that make sense?
Yeah, well, like I said, I think I just figured out what I've got to do is I've got to let my body talk and let me feel my body. And that is what's going to help me get to the observer faster than letting the emotion go, which is what I let happen
Feel,
today.
face it, embrace it, erase it.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. All right. I know I have very intelligent people looking at me. One of you has to have a question. I'm still looking for 3 more questions. So please dig into your paperwork. Yes, Donna?
Okay, so this was from your November 10th class, which I was not a part of, but I listened to the tape. And it had to do with grief. Yeah, it had to do with grief. Okay.
With what? With
And
grief?
grief.
Okay.
Okay. And so in there, you mentioned that once you go through grief and allow yourself to come back to life, so to speak, the universe immediately replaces that person with someone to take their place emotionally to help. Do you recall that?
Right.
Okay. So
at least one person, but I mean, it can be replaced by many.
and that's interesting because that really did happen in my life a lot. So that really, that really hit home to me. But you also mentioned something about if you continue to grieve, though, then that person cannot come into your life.
Because you're still attached to the other. It's like going, okay, let me hold your hand over here. And somebody's trying to reach you over here, but you're over here to, with that understanding that you don't need to do that because that person is already there for you, with you. That you don't need to do that or to struggle or to, it's just talk to them like if they were already there. I mean, they are there. It's not but aside from that, the physicality part will be replaced.
Interesting. Okay. Because that my question.
So when you say that you already had things like that happen, use an example.
Oh gosh, yes, I can give you several examples. But when I moved here, I am originally from Cleveland, Ohio, but we were living in Pittsburgh because of my husband's job transfer. We lived there for 10 years, and I found let's call it spirituality, but I met somebody that introduced me to it or made me aware of it. Okay. And so when we decided to move, I was very, I was grieving over the loss of this person. Not that she wouldn't be in my life anymore, but she wouldn't be near me, for me to rely on her. And amazingly enough, I had somebody else come in my life that replaced her. So, and it helped me get through that. And now I have two people in my life that really help me. So it does happen. It does happen. But I guess my main question was, so I know it is there and I know it is possible, but I'm more referring to my job loss, which I feel like I'm still grieving. I'm not so much grieving it, but resenting the loss of my job. So I'm feeling that animosity toward the company, toward the people that work there, that sort of thing. So in a way, I feel like I'm still grieving from losing my job.
Please explain to me what reventing means to you.
What means?
What reventing? I thought you said, I think I'm still grieving. I think I'm still venting or reventing or something.
It was resenting.
Resenting, okay.
Resenting.
Okay, that I understand. So, and the question is?
Well, my question originally about grief, because I'm categorizing it, even though it's not a death of a person, it's a death of a
loss of a job. It's a loss.
Yeah, it's a loss, right?
Once again, the same thing that I told Penny. If you cannot let go over here and you're still attached to that, somebody can be reaching out for you and you can't find them, even see them. They're not in your spectrum because your concentration, your focus is on something that is not able to help you at this time, not physically.
That's very true.
Okay, so resentment is not about the job, it's about you. Remember, all the feelings have to do with you regard, and you know, you can blame the loss of the job or whatever, but the resentment is yours.
Right. I
But
acknowledge
nobody,
that.
yeah, but nobody can make you feel those things, and you're not really attached to that, and your body's trying to tell you that, but you're not listening. That it's not you. The habits that you have, things that you do, it's not you. But the belief that it is you is what interferes with that.
Okay.
You believe that your body is the one responsible and the one that got injured and the one that got dismissed and the one or whatever happened. I don't really know what happened. I don't need to know. But I'm still looking at the doings and examining and analyzing things that have nothing to do with where you're at and what you want. If I can go over there and I can say, when I was 6 years old and I fell and I scraped my knee, and I kept on looking at that, and I wanted to show everybody that, look, I fell and I have this big boo-boo, and I kept on scraping it off and not letting it heal because I continuously went and scraped it off. So I could not heal. I could not allow healing because I'm continuously focusing and scratching it and looking, look how bad it is. Or look how, I'm not 6 years old. I do not have any scars. You do not have any scars. There's nothing preventing you from getting a similar thing of what the things you like or things that you truly will be your passion. There's nothing stopping you from that. But if you are putting conditions, if you're putting conditions, then you are really stopping yourself.
Okay, well, I didn't think it was putting conditions because I feel like I have other opportunities now that I didn't have before. And I'm very grateful for those. It's a weird thing. It's a weird thing that I'm going through. It's wonderful to have this free time, and it's wonderful to be a part of this class during the day now. Like, well, that's one of the things I'm very grateful for. I'm grateful that I'm able to help Reverend Virginia at church and that too. So I'm grateful for all of these things and that I get to spend time with my friends and so on and so forth. But the thought of my company and what they did to me, when that thought comes in my head, it's like that cellular memory you keep talking about, but that not occurs, and it's like, ooh, but I have all these great things happening to me now, and I just can't seem to just get that out of there. It just keeps coming back to me, and not that it was all that great.
Just remember that all those feelings are not you.
Yeah.
That the story that the story that you're telling yourself is gone. It's history.
Yeah.
That is history. It's not even true right now. History. A story. And you're living out of beliefs that are no longer valid and they're not true since they're not happening at this moment. Did they happen in the past? Yes. Are they happening now? No. So you're reinventing and scratching that knee that I told you about.
Yeah.
Okay. And it's not necessary because none of that is human. You could not get hurt. And nothing would have happened to you. And all those feelings you're feeling, they're not your feelings anyway.
That's so true. That just hit the nail right on the head there, Angie, what you just said. That isn't me. I can't be hurt. That didn't hurt me. And it gave me more opportunities. So yeah, okay. That helped. Thank you.
Okay.
Angie, and I think it's kind of the same thing when you said you get real tight when you get that feeling. I mean, I was thinking the same thing. I get that tightness in my body, and maybe that is a way to help you. When you start getting that tightness, then you say, okay, that's when you become the observer.
Right.
And then you observe, like what Angie said. This is just your history.
Earlier you catch that, like I said previously in other classes, nip it in the bud before it starts escalating. But sometimes our body, you know, our own consciousness goes, but I really would like to really strangle somebody, or, you know, slap somebody a couple of times and I will feel better. Not true, because that's not who you are. That's a program running you that tells you this is your reaction. This is how you should feel. Which program are you running? What did you press on the computer to have that reaction? Okay? And it's a role you're playing according to the computer script.
And Donna, I'd like to tell you about, I know about being the observer. That might be something you want to use the observer for.
Darlene, you know, that's true. And I do, when I catch myself thinking those things, I actually step back and I say, you know, look at all the wonderful things that this has given you now, this opportunities that have given to you. And you wouldn't be where you are today without having that job and without those circumstances happening. But it's the actual company and it's the actual people that, you know, like I see on Facebook, you know, it's like, I'm not even going to respond to that person because they worked at that company. You know, it's that kind of a thing that I don't, it's not me.
But it's ego. It's such a big ego thing from what I'm hearing, is that it's your ego. You get that reaction from your body and your ego.
Don't you know, Penny?
Oh, that's what I do. I let the ego just take over before I can get it under control. And I you know, I think that's what I'm hearing, is that the ego, it just wants to get.
Remember, the moment it happens, feel the emotion, which is fear. Fear, face it. Embrace it means let it pass through. Acknowledge it.
You know, I'm also feeling a victim. I'm feeling like a victim.
You had to. Well, I mean, in all this, let me go back to something else. This is the key for you. Addiction to the chemicals released through those emotions. Mm-hmm. That is your problem right there.
Yeah, I guess that's right.
The
you know, it's
addiction to the chemicals.
Yeah. Yep. Another addiction I got to work on.
We have many, but I mean, the more we acknowledge them, the more we're able to release that. So, Charlotte, do you have any questions? I can't hear you.
No, I don't.
Oh, the shame.
Unless you have good advice about chocolate addictions.
I will join you there.
Okay.
Hi, Darlene.
No.
You're muted. Can you unmute her, Virginia? She's muted.
I tried. She has. There she is.
There. Okay. I'd say I have addiction to chocolate too.
Okay.
Darlene, could I ask you a question?
Yes.
Did you get a message that said, please unmute yourself?
No, it just a little line comes through, and then when I press it, it goes off.
A little line comes through?
Yeah, my little microphone thing.
Okay, so that's a request, because I tried to unmute you, and on my end it said send a request to unmute, and I just didn't know what you got, how that showed up. It was a technical question I'm just trying to figure out. And if it showed you the microphone with a line through it, then that was the message, I guess, to unmute.
And now it's saying unmuted. Unmuted.
Okay.
Thank you.
So I want to pass the mic over to Virginia to talk about donations.
Thank you. Yeah, we do appreciate your donations that help us keep operating our ministry, but and so that we can have classes like this and the other things that the giving provides for us. So if you haven't been giving, we invite you to give. You know, it doesn't matter how much, just give whatever you can. I realize that a lot of people are financially challenged, and there's a spiritual law about taking without giving in return, that it does not help you. And it limits your abundant consciousness. So I do appreciate everybody that has been donating to the class, and we really do appreciate that. And just remind you that when you can, please donate. And just go to the website, or you can use PayPal, Venmo, or you can go to the website and push the donate button there. Let's see.
And what I like to say is that the church unity, not the church, the community needs our support. For whatever reason, we have not been getting the support that we used to when we were in person. I'm not asking you to over donate and only donate what you can. Okay, this is not a matter of I need you to give so much money. No, I want you to give what is comfortable for you to give. Is this class valuable to you? And think about, where you're putting your donations to, what you're seeding into what areas of your life you're seeding. That money is not for me, okay? But it is a spiritual gift that you have that even on the hardest of when I have been at the hardest points in my life when I had no money and I used to be a smoker. So there was a time I didn't have a job. I didn't have anything. I ran out of food. I found $3 and the smoker in me goes, oh, a pack of cigarettes, not a loaf of bread or eggs or something. No, a pack of cigarettes. I'm going, I shouldn't be in this space. I mean, I wasn't where I am at today spiritually. So, and I go to the store and I said, this is unacceptable. This is not, I wasn't born for this. So I get to the store and there's this person that goes over there and I mean, this is back in 1980 something, 81, 80 something in there. And they used to do the cigarette displays and they used to give gifts and this and that. And I was there and the person that was there working gave me 5 packs of cigarettes.
Wow.
The promotion, and I had a friend with me who was a non-smoker and gave her another 5. And I'm not talking a full pack. We're talking about 5 little cigarettes in a tiny pack. So by the time I got done, I had a lot of cigarettes. And I just wanted to say I went to spend money. I wasn't keeping the $3 tied to me. It was to release the what I call the circulation.
Law of circulation.
If you don't circulate that, it's the law of circulation, exactly. It is a law. If you do not circulate, if you keep on holding on to things, they will not produce. Even in the Bible talks about talents, and the talents, how this person gave 5 talents to one person and 10 to the other, and then came back. And the one that had the 5 talents buried it, was afraid to lose anything. And the other one went and says, look, you gave me 10 talents and here's 20 because I made 10, 20 more. But then you had the one with the 5 and the 5 didn't do anything. He could have made some money, but he didn't. It's once again, law of circulation. The law of circulation does not ask you to give something without you receiving something. It is a lot at the moment that you give something, it's going to come back to you. It's like when you release something, when somebody dies, it has to come back to you. It has to. It's a law. Okay? So my last $5, like I used to tell Virginia, you know, I had $5 left and I'm going, I have, you know, I have to circulate. And I had my friend at the time and I says, you want to go to Costco with me? So we went to Costco and we got 2 hot dogs and 2 sodas and okay. And I am receiving and giving and, you know, because again, you know, I went there, I ate, then I went and got all the samples of food and then, you know, there was always something. And within usually the same day, I used to get money and I used to get things that, because I was circulating what I didn't think I had. Had I kept that money all the time, it would not have happened. I'm not asking you if you don't have money that you give me something, you know, at least pray for the ministry, pray for us, pray for me, but do something, you know. Right now, the only reason I am saying this is because of personal experience and because I know that Unity needs your support. So, yes, Jerry.
My first thought today when I found out that we were definitely getting our stimulus checks was, woohoo! I can pay Unity of 10% right off the bat. So that was my really good thought. I was like, I didn't think, oh, it's not 1,200. I didn't let my mind go there. I was like, $600 I did not have. I can pay Unity 60 right now. Yeah. So that's a change for me because for a moment yesterday when they were saying 600 instead of 12, I was like, the nerve. And then I was like, wait a minute, I am grateful. And it in turn allows me to support others. I mean, that's what it's all about. But I did have to, for 2 months, stop all my donations to everything and everybody. But that was to take care of me so I'm not a burden on anyone else.
Well, and I understand that, and a lot of you did the same thing. It was a collective stopping, so, but it's okay. Like I said, I don't believe that Unity is going to lack something because it will. Unity itself has its own donations. I don't know who you tied to, Virginia, but I know you do, I think.
Yes, we do tithe every month. We tithe to the national organization, to Silent Unity, to headquarters. We tithe to the region, the Southeast region, and we tithe to the local Unity Ministers support group.
And I'd like to ask the question, Virginia. So I go to Unity website because I get some money because I'm on unemployment. So okay. I'm going to send Unity, but I go to the Unity website to do the PayPal.
Unity North, go to Unity North Tampa.
And it go to meeting or? No,
just go to the website. Go the https://www.unitynorthtampa.org. If you just put in unitynorthtampa.org, it'll take you to the website.
Right.
And then scroll down that page, and there'll be a donate button. And
okay, got it.
You can use PayPal. Now, if you have PayPal connected to your checking account, there's no fee for us.
Oh.
If you're using PayPal connected to a debit card, there will be a fee for us.
If I want to send a money order, do I send that to Unity too?
Can you write a check and send it?
I don't do checks. I just do money orders.
Yeah, you can do a money order.
With checks.
I think you can do a money order.
Okay.
Yes, Jerry.
Can I add that?
Thank you, Darlene.
It needs to be noted that it's for vibrational attunement if that indeed is what it's for.
Please, okay. I don't need you to say that because it's looking pretty pathetic on my side. I know I've been doing a good job, I thought. Anyway.
And
No, it's
doing
not
a
looking
great
pathetic
job.
on your side, because actually the giving to this class is more than other things. I've gotten 0 for meditation, the crystal bowl meditation every week. As far as I know, there's nobody donating to that. And so, and not many people are watching it. So that's why I'm dropping it. And we're going to the prayer circle January 6th. So I wanted to thank you, because that makes me bring that up. It's January 6th, Wednesdays at 7 p.m. We will have a live go-to meeting prayer circle. And I'll take prayer requests, we'll have a meditation, and we'll talk about spiritual principles. We'll start with prayer principles. And so that's going to start on January 6th, so that we have some interaction and are able to see each other and pray with each other, be prayer partners to each other. So I think this is something we really need to stay connected, have a feeling of that experience of personal connection that you don't have if you just go to YouTube and listen to me playing the crystal bowls. And by now there's many recordings of the crystal bowls and meditations on our YouTube channel, the Unity North Tampa, so they can be listened to over and over again. So I've already deposited all of that out there and love doing it. And so people can still go listen to that, but instead we're going to have a prayer circle so that we can support one another in prayer and get to see each other, at least on the screen.
Okay,
So
thank you, everybody. I'm going to now, it's time for a meditation. Is there any more questions or comments? Yes, Donna.
Are we going to have a class next week?
Yes.
Okay.
We are? Oh,
Okay. Do you not want to have a class? I can
I may
take the
not.
day off.
I don't know what I don't think I can.
Okay. We can take the week off. I mean, we don't have to have a class. I was planning to have a class, but if we don't need to have a class, we won't have a class. Donna, do you need to have the day off?
No, I just wanted to make sure that, because last week you mentioned, you asked us if we wanted to have a class this week. So I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah. So I'm asking
because of the
now,
holidays,
I'm asking again, do you want to have a class next week? Raise your hand if you do.
I think I might be able to. I might be able to
Okay.
attend.
All right. So everybody raised their hands. I think, Martha, did you raise your hand?
you're muted, honey.
Mute. Unmute.
I don't have the calendar on me. I don't know what day next week is. What day is that? What day?
The 29th, I think.
28.
29th. 29th.
I
Yeah.
would probably
29. Yeah. 29.
be able to attend. I would be able to attend.
Okay. And I would just, today we didn't put the, I forgot to send, believe it or not, the meetup
No,
thing.
it's out
And,
there.
and then our,
I got it. I received one.
It was on Meetup, but I made a mistake sending the link, the email, and I thought that I had sent it to everybody, and I only sent it to one person. So I apologize for that. And I resent it about 12:30, which is way too late. So, but
Right.
you'll know at any time. But Meetup was right.
no, but Meetup didn't have one for today.
It
It has one for next week. Has one for the 29th. I tried to send one, but there wasn't one.
Let me talk. Can I talk to you about that after the class?
I don't have a problem with it. But what I'm trying to say, I think that's a problem why we don't have the same people, because they probably thought that I had the day off.
Because originally you said you weren't going to have it, and then you changed your mind, and then I told the office to put it back on there, and it didn't. Somehow it didn't happen.
And that's okay. So anyhow, what I think, oops, I lost you guys. Hold on. Can you see me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Click on the go to meeting symbol.
Go to meeting.
The
I
little
don't have a symbol for that.
orange
gold flower.
orange daisy.
Yeah, orange daisy. There you go.
Orange and
Try
white daisy.
again, maybe.
Orange snowflake, it looks like.
Well, we can see you and we can hear you. Just go ahead.
Okay, hold on. It's telling me that the session is already running.
Yeah. So you
I see you. I got it. I got it. Okay. I have to redo the whole thing. Yes, Sherry.
Something came up for me, and this is my sense of humor, but I love this class, and I know Darlene has heard this saying before, but it's almost like we're here to disturb the comfortable and comfort the disturbed. Because I sometimes come in and I'm disturbed, and then I'm comforted, or I'm at a level of comfort and then I get disturbed.
Okay, can you repeat that? Can you repeat the phrase? I am here to what?
Disturb the comfortable and comfort the disturbed.
Or classically, I am here to comfort the afflicted and afflict the comfortable.
So what I'm saying is, I love this class. I'm sorry I was late. I'm not my body, but my body was not cooperating with the rest of me the past couple days. So yes, I want class next week.
Yes.
That's fine with me. I don't have, and again, this is the last class because it was supposed to be 3 questions, remember? So next week will be the last time when I will ask you to bring questions. Okay, because we needed to practice and to remember what we have taught, what I have taught you and how you're handling that. Okay, I kind of like, okay, let's see what you know, what you actually know. If you have questions, then we can address them at this time. That's what I like about the question and answer services, because it allows you the opportunity, like, I'm not exactly clear about, you know, what do you mean by feelings or senses, or, you know, what do you mean by whatever the question is. It's I need to hear from you to see, okay, because I can throw a lot of stuff at you, but I don't know what you're actually absorbing. And by having the question and answer, you get to hear everybody's questions, and you get to hear how somebody else handles things, because we all are different and we handle things differently. And that also helps to have an overall view rather than just your own. Because sometimes we're caught in our own problems, in our own issues. And when that happens, sometimes our vision is not as acute as it should be. Okay, so with that said, I will see you all next week. But for right now, I need everybody to go on mute.
But wait a minute. So yes for class next week?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. I want you to sit relaxed. I want you to put your hands in your lap. And please cross your hands over your lower abdomen where your second chakra is. This is the chakra that deals with fears and issues, not only the root, but also the second chakra, because when sometimes we are ready to do something, but there's fear coming in from the root chakra into the second chakra. The second chakra is going to move and do the creative part. It's the creation. It's a sexual organs. It runs the source of creation. So as we become more creative and want a better life and want to look forward to doing a good manifestation, we need to block that. Not that you can block energy, because that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about cellular memory. So, okay. So now put your hands on your lower abdomen and breathe in deeply and hold. And release. And hold. And breathe in deeply and hold. And release slowly. and breathing normally. Relax. Relax your shoulders. Relax your neck. Relax your spine. Relax your skin around your face and your neck. Relax your mouth. Relax your upper back and your shoulders and your underarms. Relax your chest area, your underarms again, the sides of your body, all the way to your thighs, from the underarms all the way down to your thighs. Relax your middle back. Relax your arms, your elbows, your wrists, your hands and fingers. Relax your wrists. Relax your elbows, more relaxed. And now let go of the weight on your shoulders. Let your shoulders drop in relaxation. Relax your lower back. Attention to the lower back. Realizing as one of the centers of creation, one of the centers that needs extra help from the root chakra. So we're going to go at the end of the spine, at the very end where it ends, and pretend that there's a knob there to release energy into the spine, into the middle of the spine, where the spinal fluid runs through. And as it rushes out, this liquid unblocks all of your chakras, unblocks all the chakras, your solar plexus, your heart, your throat, your thymus, your third eye, your crown chakra. And as it comes down the same channel, it comes back in peace, in a peaceful flow, all the way down from the crown to the third eye, to the throat, to the thymus and heart, to the solar plexus, to the lunar plexus, to the root chakra, allowing a perfect flow, seeing a perfect flow of spinal fluid. And as we circulate this spinal fluid, we release with intention anything that may block a perfect flow, anything that doesn't belong there. I say get out of there. You don't belong here, and I am now choosing to have a free flow, to go with the flow of who I am in this body, of how I express through this body. I express divine wholeness. I express unity in all of my cells and organs. I express perfect body functions. I express a renewal, knowing that I'm not my body, that I am the wholeness and the source of good health and well-being. And as that source of well-being and of wholeness, I ask that energy, the energy of healing, to descend into my arms, to my elbows, to my wrists and hands, to my fingers, allowing healing, not from the body, but from who we truly are. Nothing is there permanent. It is called neuroplasticity because you can change anything when you know that you are not that, and that you have choices, and that one of your choices is to heal. If you choose, everything is a choice. Nothing's gonna come to you unless you claim it and you ask for it, because it is yours, it is you. Coming back up from the hands to the arms, to the shoulders, to the neck area, front and back of the neck and chest. Moving back up to the neck and all the way up to the top of the head, covering the entire brain, covering the scalp, healing on your face, your ears, your nose, your taste buds, your throat, all the digestive system, all the elimination system, all your neurological system. We're not ruled by the body. The body's been running the show because we haven't chosen to run the body. But that changes today. Allowing now the fluid to run down into the chest area, the middle back, the lower back. I want you to concentrate on the spine, on the lower back, and on your hips, on your pelvic bones, allowing alignment in your musculoskeletal system, including all the ligaments and tendons, allowing a free flow of energy, moving down into your genitals and allowing healing. And now back to the tail of the spinal column. And from the front of your genitals to the back where your spinal column ends, I want you to imagine a light. It is a green nature, a color nature green healing light. I'm calling forth the energy of Archangel Raphael. the healing energy of Raphael. And I want you to move that energy from both front and back, from your root chakra all the way up, coming up into your second chakra. I want you to pause at the area where your navel is. And I want you to ground that energy. The navel is known as your earth chakra. Moving up to your solar plexus. Moving up to your heart chakra, your throat chakra. And now that we're at the throat chakra, we're going to combine colors. It's very important right now that this chakra remains open. It is the chakra of communications with oneself and with others. And the color is sky blue. So have both colors circulate in whichever way you want, or can imagine that, on your throat chakra, covering the entire neck area and part of your mandible, your lower mandible. Moving up now into the third eye, the sixth chakra, and from then there to the crown chakra. As we go to the crown chakra, I want you to go a foot over the crown chakra, and the light changes to golden light. And I want you to start bringing it down, and I want you to go with it to the front of your face, to your eyes, behind your eyes, in front of your eyes, your entire vision system. We're gonna go now to the auditory system, from the outside of the ears all the way to all the inner workings of the ear. And we're moving up to the nose, going all the way to the sinus cavities, and really allowing the green light of nature to fill that up. Fill that up with that light, and let it go also behind your eyes, and also let it run all the way down to your mouth, the size of your face, and underneath your chin, allowing that light to come back down. Down, 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 down by the navel, down, 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 all the way down to the root chakra. Now going down into your legs. And I also wanted to go down into your arms and hands and fingers. I need to go through your thighs and your knees and your legs. Any area in your ankles, in your feet, in your toes and your nails, and any other area where you need healing, I want you to intentionally send this light this beautiful golden light, allowing that color to permeate every cell in your body. Every cell, no exceptions, every atom. All of the body functions. This is the light of the fifth dimension. I want you to now take that light that is already inside you, keep it inside you, but now extend it to go around you like a cocoon. We are birthing the Christ to express through these bodies. We are birthing what the fifth dimension calls the birth of expression of love. It is the time for universal love, agape love. It is the time to feel good, to rest on all the things that you have worked so hard to accomplish, to be where you're at right now, knowing that you're fully capable, knowing that you're safe, and knowing that it is your choice all the time. You are a victor, not a victim. And as you are enfolded on that golden cocoon, around that cocoon, I want you to unfold that cocoon in a violet light, a violet flame of protection all the way around, all the way around, allowing peace, allowing to let go of things that are no longer needed. And make this your words. I am a being of violet fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of violet fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of violet fire. I am the unity God desires. I am that. I came. We came. So we have more life, more abundance. To have more life and more abundance. To know what it's like to be the children of God, the granddaughters of God, not the children anymore. Now that the responsibilities fall directly on us, and it is empowering. Time for victory and rejoice. I am wishing you a happy Christmas, a Merry Christmas. And I want you to leave a space at Christmas time, reminding yourself that you're being reborn. This is the true meaning of being reborn in spirit. The birth of fire. Fire because you had to let go so many things. This is what is the true meaning of being born again. Claim it, it's yours if you want it. You are one. You are whole. You are source. You are divine. You are omnipotent. You're omnipresent and omniscient. Choose that to bring into expression through this beautiful temple that you call your body. Amen. Oops, I think I lost some people.
Yeah. Dropping out.
Uh-huh. Doesn't matter. We are. I hope that you enjoyed that. I did. And that's
I needed
that's
all
way,
that, Andy.
that's
Angie.
way past our time. What, Penny?
I needed all of that for my body. Thank you.
We all did. I mean, we did. That's I don't know about anybody else. Evidently, the rest didn't, but we did. And so we're not gonna go past this because it's already 3:35. So we used our talking time as more class. So, and I hope that that was okay with the meditation. I wasn't sure if I should do it. I'm always questioning after it's past 3 o'clock if I should or shouldn't. But I felt like I myself needed that, and I felt like Virginia needed that as well. And I felt that because of your hands, Penny, and because you mentioned pain, Donna, that I went into that particular meditation.
Interesting that it's us 4 left. Isn't it? Interesting.
Right.
We needed it, Angie.
Right.
I can't, I'm having trouble sleeping now because of the numbness and tingling in my legs and thighs. So I was trying to concentrate on that area.
So do you have neuropathy?
No, I have something else. It's not my truth.
No, I know, but what are they calling it? Not that it's your truth.
Okay, it's called, this is what the doctor, his diagnosis was transverse myelitis, which means I've got inflammation.
I got it. I know what it is. So
that's not my truth.
It's none of our truths.
No.
Everything that we're working on here is none of our truth. If you realize that I brought us as a source, not as bodies, when we went to work on these bodies. I don't know if you noticed that, but that's what we were doing.
Yeah. Especially the spinal column. I needed the spinal column work. That was good.
Yes. So, girls, it's time to go. I love you. I'll see you next week.
Namaste.
Namaste.
Bye.
Bye-bye.